What's going on, guys? It is June 4. I am making this video because I want to document I'm about to fly out to Singapore tomorrow and I'm about to get surgery for my arms. It's called a bilateral, let me read it, bilateral cubital tunnel release open. At least that's the initial assessment. I have to meet the doctor there and we're going to do another nerve conduction test. So anyway, what's the backstory? Early 2020, before the pandemic, I injured my wrists trying to demonstrate a back bend to my children, and my both wrists popped, and I didn't think anything of it because I've already sprained my wrist before doing like yoga moves, trying to do this, I forget the crow or something, and I was trying to lift it into a handstand. So I thought, oh, I've had this before. It'll take a couple of weeks and I'll be fine. Um, so I kept doing whatever I was doing then. I was playing guitar. I was playing a lot of video games with Mix and Dante. So yeah, I blame them for my hands not healing too. Um, and then I was just not taking care of my hands. I kept working out. So after 3 months, I realized, hey, this isn't getting better. I better see an expert. And then the pandemic happened. So when that happened, my wrists weren't better, or at least my left wrist more. I said, okay, you know what? I was reading and I knew that often the reason was a weak grip. So I needed to just have exercise my hand and increase my grip strength. At least that's what I thought. So here I was trying to self rehab. I did a heavy farmer carries, dumbbells, two heavy dumbbells, 80-pound dumbbells. I was doing them daily for about a week. And then I had to stop all of a sudden because I hurt both tendons in each arm, which exacerbated the situation. So now I had a wrist injury and an elbow injury. Uh, and so yeah, so whatever I was doing, I just made it worse. I thought I'd heal myself and make things better. I made things worse. So pandemic, I couldn't get out. I was, I remember going through some weird, funky depression. With my business getting affected by the pandemic, not being able to play guitar, not being able to work out either. So it's like all the things I used to do, work, music, working out, gone. It was a period of really self-discovery, reassessing who I was, because we are not the hats that we wear. We are not the roles that we undertake during the day. It's different from who the core is. Anyway, I don't mean to get philosophical, but I wanted to document what I was going through. So it was depressing. Fast forward, I when the pandemic started to ease up and people were allowed to go step out, I saw several doctors. I saw the best local orthopedic doctors, and they told me, you just need to rest, need to do the rehab, which I did, and I did recover. The pain disappeared, and I did recover my gross motor strength, meaning my ability to grip. And I could do pull-ups, but I mean, I would not push it because every time I did, it would hurt in both. So I'd back off, but I could. I had full range of motion. My strength was there. My grip strength was there. I even remember one time I met this doctor, and I had done the grip strength so often already. Like doctor would always say, grip my forearm or grip my hand. But this doctor handed me his it gave me his hand, and I instinctively crushed it. And he's like, no, don't do that. That's not, I'm not supposed to do the grip test. I was like, I was apologetic. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm just so used to that when you hand me your hand, I'm supposed to crush it because you want to see if my hand's weakened or whatnot. So anyway, yeah, I passed all of that. I did the nerve test, and the nerve test showed mild carpal tunnel on the right wrist, of all things, not the left, right, because I'm left-handed, and it was my left that was strained from playing guitar, and mild medial epicondyle on my left, which Dr. Gomez said did not merit surgery. So he goes, it's not enough for surgery, and it's not worth. Yeah, it's such an invasive solution for such a little issue. And so here I was waiting, hopeful, and I met another doctor, Dr. De Castro, Jamie Lee De Castro, who was pioneering this thing called A2M. alpha 2 macroglobulin, which is his way of calming the nerves, or I don't know the technical description, but it's supposed to rejuvenate the nerves 1 inch a month. Anyway, we did the procedure. It was very expensive. There was some relief, but ultimately the time frame that he gave me, he said he gave me about 9 months. I think I started with July with him, and I was supposed to get better by March. And I was not supposed to work out. I was supposed to rest that entire time, which I did. I followed him. And unfortunately, it didn't work. And I spent a lot of money. I spent like 40,000 US on him. He was recommended by a friend and it worked for my friend. So good for my friend. But in my case, it did not work. So the A2M treatment did not work for me. I did it for both arms. I did it for my wrists, my elbows, and even a bit of my shoulders. Uh, so yeah, so basically I was already at the end of my options. I felt that the surgeons here said, not worth it. And I've even tried Eastern crystal healing. I've tried traditional, the miracle, they call them healers over here, Hilot, and that didn't work either. So finally, I got in touch with this friend of mine from Singapore and asked him for the best arm surgeon. And I'm meeting this guy, Dr. Desmond, on tomorrow, Monday, a couple of days from now. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm hoping that this guy can give me the lowdown on what's possible, what I can do. Although we've already had a bit of a funny argument where he said, you might have to back off the exercises because it doesn't you don't see all these big guys who can play virtuosic levels of guitar. So after that conversation, I sent him a picture of John Petrucci. I'm like, this guy's huge and he plays like a banshee. So anyway, that's where I am. I'm excited. This is a crossroads moment for me. If I get better, I promise I will not take it for granted anymore. I will practice. I will be more productive. Way more productive musician. I'll start writing songs again. If I don't get better, I'll probably start culling the collection. So there's the collection over there. Ooh, that's a lot of bytes. So I'm gonna trim that down and just keep the ones that I think the kids will enjoy in the future, and maybe switch to the piano or I don't know, vocals. I mean, rapping. I can't sing. I can kind of rap maybe. I don't know. I love music too much. So that's where I am now. We're at crossroads, and I just wanted to document it. Let's see how it goes. I will update in about a week. Peace out, guys. Cheers.